Hello. Algebra, pre-algebra, I mean. You're so close to algebra that I just want to call you algebra students. You're all doing really well these days, and I just wanted to check in and let you know that before you start 54. I'm really proud of you. Hang in there. Christmas is coming. Gonna take a little break. So, have fun.
Here are the answers to the warm-up. We have $18 because I did 4 times 4, $16, and then 4 times 50 cents is $2, so 16 plus 2. This one we just moved the decimal to the left because 12.75 is getting smaller. We're dividing. Here I did 6 times 12 divided by 9, which is 8. I fixed this on mine. You might have an old printout or a new one, but it's 0.15 centimeters. Or sorry, I still wrote it wrong. 0.15 meters. So typos all over the place on that. I'm sorry. I showed my mental math here by accident. I wasn't really thinking. This we wanted to do in your head. So 30 minus 27 is 3. Try and do these in your head if you can without writing anything. It's a good exercise. So this is 90 divided by 10 is 9 times 3 is 27. All right, so we are lucky today. We have one example, so we should keep this pretty short and sweet, right? These are ratio problems, and what I want you to do is get used to setting up these charts, okay? I did it with a computer. The next one I will handwrite. So it's good to have a column for ratio and a column for actual. And so it's basically a 2 by 3 table. So let's look at what this says. The ratio of parrots to macaws was 5 to 7. If there were 750 parrots, how many macaws were there? Well, anytime I see 3 numbers with a ratio in it, I know we're going to have a proportion problem or a ratio problem. So that's why that should be a cue to write one of these charts. Now we're dealing with parrots and macaws. So I'm going to write a P for parrot and an M for macaw. And that would be, we're talking about the rows are the items we're talking about, or we're always comparing 2 different things. So I would put a letter to signify which row is which, okay? So they gave me a ratio, 5 to 7. So there were 5 parrots to 7 macaws. So obviously we put 5, 7 there. And now we put 750 in this chart. And because it says 750 parrots, total or actual would be 750. Whoa, sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm looking through the wrong lens here. 750 up here. And this is our question mark. We don't know, right? So the ratio is 5 to 7, but there actually are 750 parrots. So now we got to figure out, how do we get this box here? Well, let's just take it over here and write it as a ratio problem. And let's just put M for macaw. Okay, so we set this up the way we learned a while ago. We're going to do the cross product. So we've got 5M equals 7 times 750. Okay, and then let's get M by itself. That would be M equals this stuff divided by 5. I'm going to wait to divide it, or wait to multiply those and leave it like that. So I'm going to bring the 5 over to here, and he's divided. So now we're going to go ahead and I might take care of 750 divided by 5 first before I multiply by that 7. Because, let's see, 5 goes into 75 15 times. So 5 times 150 equals 750. So now all we have to do is 7 times 150. So I'm going to go off to the side, multiply that through, and it looks like we get, there it is, 1,050. So there are 1,050 macaws. Now I'm going to go back and check and make sure that seems appropriate. Does it make sense that we have more macaws than parrots? Yes, because the ratio is 5 to 7, so we should have more macaws than we did. So this is how we do that. Always check your answer and make sure it makes sense. All right, so let's do an example. At the amusement park, the ratio of boys to girls was 5 to 4. If there were 200 girls at the amusement park, how many boys were there? So let's make our chart or table, whatever you want to call it. We've got ratio, actual. Now some of you might not want to do the chart. I still say do it because this will save you a lot of grief as you go through math over the years. So I did B for boys, G for girls, and the ratio of boys to girls was 5 boys to 4 girls. And there were 200 girls, so that goes in this box. And we can even just put an X there. Figure out how many boys. Now you might notice 4 times 50 is 200, so 5 times 50 is 250, right? So yes, that's true. I would still like to see that you know how to set that up. So I want to see the setup. 5 to 4 equals X to 200. And then we do cross product. So 4X equals 5 times 200. Okay, so 5 times 200 divided by 4. Alright. And 4 goes in there 50 times. Equals 250 boys. Alright, it's not always going to be this obvious where you actually have a scalar that you multiply by, so it's important that you know how to set that up, okay? And the rest are practice. So when in doubt, show your work. And then check the solution manual. The solution manual, if it shows a chart, I want you to have a chart, okay? And you begin by making, like I said, a ratio box. And you may begin. Okay, so what we should have would be ratio to actual. Sometimes I don't even do the border of my chart. This is good enough, right? So they say the girl-boy ratio. So that means girl there, boy there, 9 to 7. Make sure 9 goes with girls, B goes with 7. Or boys. So 63 girls. That goes right here. Now notice that, yes, 9 times 7, so this should be 49, right? So let's go check. So we would do 9 over 7 equals 63 over x, right? So 9x equals 63 times 7, okay? So x equals 63 over times 7 divided by 9. Well, 9 goes into 63 7 times, so x equals 49. Boys. And there you have it. So right to show this work. I'm not dying, I'm not sweating, I'm barely even heavy breathing, so you can do it too. Okay, now we got ratio of sparrows to blue jays. So I even sometimes, well, sometimes I write R and A just because I don't like writing too much, but I want you to get used to taking the time. So go ahead and write it the way I do. And blue jays, the sparrows to blue jays was 5 to 3. And there were 15 blue jays. So yes, 3 times 5 is 15, so this should be 25. But let's just check. So 5 to 3 equals s over 15. So 3s equals 5 times 15. So s equals 5 times 15 over 3. So 3 goes into there. 25 sparrows. Nice and methodical, and I find it enjoyable, right? The ratio of tagged fish to untagged fish was 2 to 9. So tagged, untagged fish, okay? Ratio was 2 to 9. 90 fish were tagged. And even there, I know that that's 2 times 45, so we would do 9 times 45. But let's check. So 2 over 9 equals 90 over x. So we do 2x equals 9 times 90. So x equals 9 times 90 over 2. So that is 45 times 9. So I go over here. Oops, it's a 5. Sorry. 9 times 4. 36 plus 4 would be 405. So I have 405 untagged fish. Last one. Calculate the ratio of males to females in your family. Okay, so this is going to vary for everybody. Then calculate the ratio of males to, or females to males. So all you're going to do is, okay, in my family, we have 3 girls and 2 boys. Okay, we're not counting the dog today. So if we're going to do ratio of males to females, it would be 2 to 3. Okay, if we do the ratio of females to males, it's going to be 3 to 2. And that's all we're doing on this one. So that might have stumped you because it seems too simple, but I think your solution manual probably just say answers vary. But there you go. Hopefully that wasn't too long.